singer-songwriter and composer. In fact, that was one of her songs playing, you just heard right now. She is also a frequent visitor to Antigua, where she has a very important role at one of our local charities here. On top of all that, she happens to be married to one of the world's most iconic music legends, and he is also a long-term ambassador for that same organisation. Rachel Fuller, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me, and thank you for describing me as exciting.
I think you're very exciting.
It's a bit early to be exciting, but I'll give it a go.
If you could be exciting, that would be great. Now, I mentioned you're highly involved with a local cause here, and that is the Paws animal charity, which runs a shelter in Parham for dogs and cats in need. You've been coming to Antigua now for many years, I believe.
Yes, I have.
So tell us how you got involved with Paws.
Well, it was about 4 years ago, and I had just bought a little house here. Pete and I absolutely love it here. He likes to sail, and, you know, I love the sun, and I love Antigua. And I was worried that if we spent long amounts of time here, I would end up just doing absolutely nothing. And because I'm so passionate about dogs, and we had 6 in the UK, I thought I would find out if there was any such charity or shelter or anything that I could do, sort of as a bit of service, I suppose, and to keep me out of trouble. And so I found Paws, and that was the deal. I went down there, I said, hello, I'm here, I want to volunteer, I want to help out, I want to fundraise, I want to play with the puppies, you know, I want to foster, and so that's how it started.
And now you're a trustee for Paws.
And now I'm a trustee for Paws. So Pete and I have done some fundraising, and, you know, for various things, because as you know, it's quite expensive to maintain. Sometimes they have up to 80 cats and dogs.
They do,
it's a lot.
And I believe that the cost tops sometimes 25,000 EC a month.
It does, with salaries, and, you know, the yard staff work really hard there. And food and medicine and vet trips, and yeah, it's quite expensive.
One thing people might not know is that Paws will actually celebrate its 21st anniversary in March. It's been going for a really long time.
I know, it's
there.
amazing.
Yeah.
It really is amazing.
What are some of the things the charity will be doing to celebrate?
Well, they're having a gala, I think. What's the date? You'll know that
I think
more
it's the
than me.
1st of April.
Yeah, to celebrate. Is it 21 years?
Yes, 21 years.
But also they do a series of local bingo events, which are loads of fun. And there you have a raffle, and I'm trying to think what else. They had a really good Christmas party to raise money. That was good fun. They're always doing things.
Party,
yeah, they're always doing things. But I know that the gala is coming up to celebrate 21 years, as you say, in April.
So how does Antigua compare to other places you've visited in terms of stray and abandoned animals?
You know, I think this is something that's come up, you know, a few times, and I don't think Antigua should get a bad rap, because actually speaking to the vet here, Fiona, she used to work for the RSPCA in the UK, and she said without question the issues of neglect, cruelty and abuse of animals is far worse in the UK than it is in Antigua. So the only thing is, because of the climate here in Antigua, you see it. See, in the UK and other countries which aren't as temperate, it all goes on behind closed doors and in people's back gardens, because the dogs don't live outside. Well, here they do. So you see it. So there is a problem with overpopulation here and strays, and there is, of course, as in any country in the world, episodes of abuse and neglect. But it's really no worse here than in many other places. And I feel that Antigua especially is really, really making changes, you know, good, positive changes that are going to help these issues, you know.
Now, Paws doesn't get any government funding. It's entirely reliant on donations. And one of the things they're trying to do right now, I believe, is to get more support from the business community. And they've recently just launched a Guardian Angel sponsorship programme. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I can do. The Guardian Angel programme is basically, it gives you 5 levels of annual subscription.
Okay.
And they range from, I think, off the top of my head, 500 EC up to 2,500 EC per year. And for that, and this is aimed more at small local businesses, you know, you get sponsorship ads on the Facebook page, which has now got over 3,000 people following it, also on the new website which is being launched, and you get priority invitation to events and a lot of sort of social media awareness. So it's a great way to advertise your business for a fairly small amount of money.
And it's obviously vital for the organisation to have regular monthly
It's absolutely
income, because
critical.
right now I'm thinking they never really know
No,
where the next
and this
money's
is going to be a
coming from.
really good way to bring in regular amounts of money, which the shelter can rely on.
Now, you have several dogs of your own, and I think you're fostering a couple right now in Antigua.
I am. I've actually fostered for the last 4 years that I've been here over winter, and every time I usually get one from the shelter which is too young to be away from its mother. It's got mange, it's got scabies, it's got diarrhea, it's got an ear infection. I get sort of the mangiest, scabbiest, weakest little thing, and just take it home and pour loads and loads of love into it and feed it and fatten it up, and and then I rehome before I go back to the UK, and always cry like a baby and have to go to bed for a day. It's terrible.
Because you must bond with them a lot when you're spending that much time with them.
I do, I really do. And but this time is slightly different. I'm fostering two, and one of them had already been fostered by Danielle Evanson, who had taken her in. She came into the shelter close to death, starving, terrible skin condition, really, really broken. And she went to Danielle for a month, and Danielle literally healed her back to life. And now I'm fostering her, and I'm going to take her back to the UK with me, which I've never done before.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so that's good. And it's just great having them around the house. And Pete is amazing. he loves dogs, and probably not quite as much as I do, because I'm a bit soppy, and they're in my bed and licking my face, and he's like, ooh. But he loves dogs too.
And it must be amazing to see the transformation. I mean, just what a bit of love can do, and just see how much
it's a
they
miracle.
change.
It's a miracle when you see how an animal that's so broken and sick, within a matter of weeks can completely recover. It's amazing. And seeing it actually day to day, I'm not even on the front line doing the hard work. I'm playing about with puppies and having fun and loving things, which is what I like to do. I like to love things. And, but they're on the front line doing it day in, day out, day in, day out. It's amazing.
And if people want to get in touch and find out how they can help, if they would like to become a business sponsor or a supporter, they can email, what's the email address? Anyway, they can go online, and it's paws-antigua.com. That's Paws, PAAWS, or you can give them a call, 561-1484.
And you can also search on Facebook, Paws Antigua.
Paws Antigua, yes, on Facebook.
And that comes up. And their Facebook page is amazing. They literally update every day with photos and videos and posts, and it's great.
They do, and the number of adoptions they get is amazing.
It's amazing. They're doing really well.
Did you have dogs when you were a child?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't, because both my parents worked full time. So we had a cat, which didn't like anyone. So we were cat people. I got my first dog when I was in my mid-20s.
Okay.
And I've always had a dog since. And we've had up to 7 dogs in the UK.
Have you? Wow.
Yeah.
What is it that you love about dogs so much?
They're so unconditional. They really are sentient beings. They have, for want of a better word, a soul, a personality, a consciousness. They're so unconditional, they're so loyal, they're so funny. They really live in the present.
And I think sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I love dogs. I just think they're amazing.
I think if you've never owned a dog, you might not appreciate quite how clever they are either.
I mean, amazingly clever. We have a lot of programs in the UK about, dogs for the blind, dogs for people, hearing dogs, special assistant dogs who, let their owners know when there's someone at the door or when the phone's ringing. And they even have dogs now who can sense when someone is about to have an epileptic fit.
Wow, that's
So
amazing.
they start to paw their owner a couple of minutes before the seizure so that the person can lie down and not hurt themselves.
And good for diabetics as well. I was reading something, they can sense blood sugar levels.
They can, and now there are dogs that they say can sniff out cancerous tumours, and they are amazing.
Really
a lot
incredible.
of dogs in the military. Amazing.
In fact, their sense of smell is said to be up to 10,000 times better than a human, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. We're just going to take a quick music break, and then we're going to be back, and I want to talk a bit about your music.
Fabulous.